I used to be you, Mr.Goodbread. I mean, I had him chasing me with mattresses, for Christ's sake.
Salute and good morning, guys. Welcome to the studio. And today we got a great topic. I want to discuss this Eboni K Williams thing. I really have never touched on this topic, guys, and it's an important topic because this is going to be the new way, the way of the losers, the way of the people, the women that don't want to do it the way God said do it. This is going to be their new way. It's kind of like it's that defining moment in the garden. He said, "Don't eat from that tree," and they done found the way to eat from that tree. So these women who have not poured into themselves, they found a way to now have access to having a baby without having to work with a man, without having to actually do the work with a man. They could just go and get a participation award, y'all. So we're gonna talk about that. But this woman, Eboni K, she the face of this right now. She the face of the loser committee, the losing women committee. She's at the forefront of it. And we're gonna bring in statistics today, guys. We got stats, facts, and a whole lot of other shenanigans because single mothers, they produce the worst product in America. That is a fact. It's not my feelings. I mean, you could tell yourself whatever you want to tell yourself to cope with your poor choices and your poor decisions. But over here, we're going to tell the truth and we're going to have real grown up conversations, guys. All right, so let's get straight on down to it. Some of you might not know who Eboni K Williams is because I know my audience. We talk about real stuff and important stuff, and this right here is craziness. So let's go over. Let me give y'all a little history of who Eboni K Williams is. She finna end up just like Vivica A. Fox. Only thing, she gonna have a baby. She gonna have a baby. You know what I mean? So she gonna end up just like this, but with a baby, yo. Remember that.
The Real Housewives of New York are finally welcoming their first Black cast member after 12 seasons with no melanin in sight. Eboni K. Williams has confirmed that she will be holding an apple on the upcoming season of the Bravo.
Y'all could have left that off. Y'all could have left that off. This y'all peep game. Y'all peep what they did right there, right? Y'all peep what they did right there. She represent melanin. You know what I'm talking about? Funny.
Show. Now that
After
Eboni is the
12
newest
years.
addition to the NY cast, allow us to give you a few fast facts on who she is. Eboni spent some time in the pageant circuit, which isn't surprising seeing as how she possesses all the qualities of a standout queen: poise, elegance, grace, beauty, period. However, Eboni is more than just a pretty face. She's pretty damn smart too. The 37-year-old clerked for Louisiana's Secretary of State and the state's Attorney General. She also served as a public defender and worked in private practice during her legal career. Williams took her looks and legal knowledge to the TV screen as a contributor for Fox News. She appeared on Hannity and The O'Reilly Factor, plus she served as a co-host on Outnumbered, The Five, and Fox News Specialist. For a brief stint, she co-hosted a talk show on WABC Radio in New York City, and now she co-hosts State of the Culture on Revolt TV. With all of her amazing accolades, it's no wonder that Eboni is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And to add to her impressive resume, Williams is also fellow and author. She wrote Pretty Powerful: Appearance, Substance, and Success in 2017. Are you excited to see Eboni join the ladies on Real Housewives of New York? Let us know in the comments section below. For HipHollywood.com, I'm...
And now just a little history on who that lady is, guys. Don't believe the hype about her being a lawyer. You know what I mean? She's a public defender. You know what I mean? And they get a little bit less, more stress, but a little bit less than them actual lawyers. But in any event, we understand that successful Black women tend to end up becoming side chicks to rich dudes, because part of the reason why they're so successful is because they took a bite out of that apple. They took a bite out of that feminist apple that tells them to go get all of the accomplishment of a man, right? And then when you get all of them accomplishment, the men you want is going to worship you. And that ain't work out very, very well for them. So now they left to pick up the pieces for themselves. So now they bringing in these ideas. Now they want to use IUDs and things like that because they can't naturally get it. You know what I mean? See, remember when I told you that the mediocre class and the spectating class are the class that are able to make the rules nowadays? They're able to make the rules because they can't win the right way with all the tools that it takes to win. So when they lack a tool, they'll just take that tool out of the rule book. And that goes directly against God, guys. These women with the mindset of Eboni K Williams, they the devil. They are the devil, guys. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Absolutely the devil. Now, let's look at this woman. She just recently did another video where she's talking about knowing her donors' information. Let's look at it.
Yep.
Childhood photos, adult photos, keepsake, essays from him, from the nursing staff, first impression, what he does for a living, his educational background, his SAT. I mean, it's just a litany. So for me, it felt like a much safer choice.
Yeah.
It felt like a more legally astute choice. It gives me much less educational background, his SAT. I mean, it's just a litany. So for me, it felt like a much safer choice.
Yeah.
It felt like a more legally astute choice. It gives me much less exposure, risk and exposure.
You see, so two things, right? God said we're not going to live forever. We all ashes to ashes, dust to dust, because she ate from the wrong tree. You know what I mean? And none of us is smarter than God. None of us is going to create something, not even science. None of us is going to create something that goes directly against this man and actually win. It's spooky. I don't know how many biblical folks I have over here on a Sunday, but you know that Tower of Babel, however y'all pronounce it, similar to that. There's only one way to get to the kingdom, and it's through the instructions in the Bible. Now, if you try to manipulate any of this man's instructions and you try to fix it and, you know what I mean, contort it for your feelings or for your approval, you're not going to get nothing good from that. And that's what this is, guys. She going to sit up here and tell us, for that, why don't you just get you a man, sis? Now, you got all the criteria of this man, but single mothers, meaning one parent household, raises the worst product in America, man. And y'all be thinking it's about child support all of the time. This woman got money. She got money. I bet you she about to raise a bastard. And I can say that because it's in the Bible. It's crazy, yo. It's another clip, though, guys. I got another clip. Because now this one took me back.
Donor, I've heard his voice. I have an MP3 file of him telling his own life story, why you felt you wanted to donate. And this was important, his willingness to be contacted when my child turns 18. So when my daughter's 18 years old, if she would like to find out her paternal identity, as I wanted to do when I was 38. She doesn't even have to wait that long and go through all that rigmarole that I had to do. Hire a geneticist, hire a detective. Here is his last known address, and he is anticipating your contact.
Oh, so she just shared the little piece of her childhood right there. So that's where she get all of the pain and the hurt, because her moms went and shopped at Walmart to get her daddy. You heard her? Her moms shopped at Walmart to get her father. This is why she running around here doing the moves, busting the moves that she make. Y'all heard that? Y'all listen to that again, guys. I want y'all to hear that again, bro. And that's crazy right there. Because one thing you can't control, and they're controlling, they selfish and controlling. You can't control the fact that that child gonna go look for their kid. That child gonna go look for their dad. Biologically, a child gonna go get to a point and they're gonna want to know who their father is, man. And it's gonna not look good on you. It's not gonna look good on you. The kid gonna hold a little piece of resentment because they know what you did, man. They know what you did, man. So y'all, you see how y'all, and this is what I mean when I say these parents, these hell of a mothers and these hell of a women, they will borrow the kid's future on their present. They will spend all of the kids' future on their present. Because that's what Eboni K finna do right now. She is borrowing pieces of her child's future, unknowingly, blindly borrowing pieces of her child's future to cater to her stupid feelings right now. And this is why we tell you, men sacrifice it all for their families, while women will sacrifice the entire family for how they feel. And when they feel like they're losing control, they make the stupidest emotional moves, guys. These are just the facts. We're going to get to the stats in a moment. But let's hear that one more time.
Donor, I've heard his voice. I have an MP3 file of him telling his own life story, why you felt you wanted to donate. And this was important, his willingness to be contacted when my child turns 18. So when my daughter's 18 years old, if she would like to find out her paternal identity, as I wanted to do when I was 38, she doesn't even have to wait that long and go through all that rigmarole that I had to do. Hire a geneticist, hire a detective. Here is his last known address, and he is anticipating your contact.
Young ladies and sisters with sense, do not follow this bad programming. Do not follow this bad programming. I know you heard me tell you time after time that these older women are out here competing with y'all. And how they compete is they'll push some bad information, some information that did not work for them. It did not work for them, but they will push it so that you can get it, obtain it, and what you think gonna happen for you. It will not work for you, ladies.
Are single women with no kids who are college educated.
Yeah.
And they are having trouble finding mates because they're like, I'm at this level.
Yes.
And I'm looking for someone to elevate me, and I'm not finding a lot of candidates that are going to meet me or improve me. And I think that is what a lot of people are missing.
I think that's an excuse, though. There are educated women out there who can find good men, but the real question is, what they're not going to tell you is how many successful men that are on their level or above their level that they passed off for silly reasons.
That's true.
See, that's something they're not going to tell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, that's what we don't know. We just hear, I can't find nobody.
But
no,
what did you do to run him off? Like,
yeah,
that's the
but you're not gonna hear But you're not gonna hear how many of those good successful dudes did you turn down? How many did you not give your time to?
Absolutely. And that be the biggest problem right there, which I don't understand. The way y'all run around here with this unevenly yoked thing, do you understand what unevenly yoked mean? Y'all don't understand that, because you women that go out there and get all the things the devil tell y'all to get, you women that go and bite on the feminist apple, y'all match with dudes that is trying to come up. Y'all don't match. Y'all not equally yoked with a man that is as successful as y'all. Are you stupid? Equally yoked doesn't mean two people that have the same exact qualities and traits. That means positive and positive won't start the car. Equally yoked means you got to have the opposite, the bipolar opposite, positive and negative energy, and that's going to start the car. So how y'all be running around here? Listen, it's Sunday, right? I need y'all to go to your ball pen, right? Go to the ball pit and lean over and ask your pastor what an equally yoked mean. Cause y'all got that joint all twisted. Equally yoked is not two men figures, two men symbols in the relationship. It's not an alpha woman and an alpha man, and that's that version of Satan power couple. That's that Satan power couple. When we talking about the holy unit, we talking about masculine energy and feminine energy, period. And that's the problem. A lot of women, they have removed that feminine quality, that feminine trait, because they raised by a big back woman that did everything. They did everything. So they only seen one side of the story. One side of the story. When this is why you were supposed to pour into you first so that you can know how to work with other people. But y'all never poured into y'all. Eboni K Williams have never poured in herself. All she have done was distract herself from working on herself with accomplishments, keeping busy and getting the rewards of keeping busy by those accomplishments. But never once has she did the work on her. Because if she did the work on her, it wouldn't be so hard to go find a man and work with somebody else. But this is why those successful sisters end up side chicks to rich dudes. Because now you got the money, you got the house, but now you living around a bunch of people that started a family. You living around a bunch of people that worked their way up with a family, teamwork their way. Now they got a family. So all you can do is look over and see what they doing. You ain't trying to go back down to what you match with. So now you just left to be hoping he leave his wife for you. And he never gonna leave his wife for you, man. So you, again, this is the new rollout. What Eboni K Williams is promoting is gonna be the new way. Because one thing I can tell you, MGTOW, Passport, Red Pill is viral. And this is the effects of it. It's working. So pat yourself on your back. If you're a part of any one of the movements which tell you to leave these women alone, leave them be, pat yourself on the back. You know what I mean? Because this is proof. This is proof. They reaching. They running out of stuff now. They running. Man, listen, they don't remember they tried to do the girl on girl thing. Oh, I'm gonna go date another black woman. Or I'm gonna go date another modern woman. That ain't work. They lead the league in domestic violence. 73% of them are getting divorces, and they using the same excuses that they use when they divorce a man. So that ain't work. So they can't, and that's all because they never worked on them. So if you never work on you, it don't matter. You could get in a relationship with a roach, and you still gonna have a problem with that roach because it's you, and it be them. But science and the devil have gave them a way out now so that they can stroke their own ego while losing, while being a loser, while being a stone cold loser. They can still have a baby, have no skills on how to work with a man and run a family, be a mother, but they can have a baby. They can have a family now. That is not how God said it's supposed to work. But the devil said you could do it. Guys, let's see what the people saying about this right here, because I got some videos of people reacting to this foolishness. And let's just see, it's going to be 50-50. It's going to be 50-50. You're going to have some people that know. You're going to have some sisters with sense. And then you're going to have some losers that needed a way out. So this is their way out. So they're going to cheer her and they're going to root her on like, yeah. No man want me. So I want a family. So, you know what I mean? And it's not that the men don't want them. The men they want don't want them. You see why all them accomplishments and all that extra shit that they be talking, that shit don't even matter. Because that's in the real world. When it comes to the dating market, that's another thing they be fucking up too. Your real world accomplishments got nothing to do in the dating market. See, the dating market has its own rules. Real life has its own rules, and the dating market has its own rules, man. You as a woman can't bring all them accomplishments to the dating market thinking you're gonna get you a great man. Because the great men in the dating market got all of those things. Got all of those things. You match with a dude on the come up. You know what I mean? You pour into him, he will then in return pour into you, and there you go. Evenly yoked. But you trying to be unevenly yoked, reaching for the stars. Incredible.
Everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've all heard about the pregnancy announcement from Eboni K Williams, right? Okay, so this guy posted a video which he, I don't know if he was the one who deleted it or TikTok deleted it, but take a look at a clip I got from the first video, okay?
Eboni K Williams, you are one selfish individual.
Yeah, now a lot of guys were angry with this. There's a whole podcast, they were bashing this woman, saying all sort of things about her decision to go the IVF route to become a mother, because she says she's waited for so long, and she can't find the kind of man that she's looking for, and she doesn't want to wait any longer. So she took matters into her own hands and decided to have a child. So people responded to his first video. So I'm going to play some of the responses to his first video, and then I'm going to play other opinions and thoughts of others with regards to her decision to be a single mother. Now let's go and watch all of that, and I'm going to come back and talk some more. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
I find it weird that at first they was trying to run with black men, and men in general made them single mothers. I mean, when the truth don't work, they start telling lies. Now the truth come out. They want to be single mothers because they don't have the skills to pay the bills to work with a man. And that's all right. Just say that, my sisters. Say that. Go get you some help. But to create a whole narrative as if men are making y'all single mothers, when y'all know y'all just want to extract men's cum and then play dumb. Y'all play dumb with the cum. Don't forget, guys, we got the t-shirts in the stores. Don't give them the cum up, guys. We got the t-shirt in the shop. I'll be dropping a link in a few.
Thank you.
Eboni K Williams, you are one selfish individual.
She is.
I love this. I love this so much. The men are losing. They're losing and they're snapping out about it.
This is the mental illness that go on in these women. This is the mental illness because they're not here to learn. They're not here to do better. They're just here to cause a problem and to cause destruction. They always think somebody is mad, bro. Why would men be losing? Y'all were created to have babies. We were created to work. We gonna be all right if we work. Y'all the ones that's not gonna be all right if y'all can't have these babies and attach them to your hip and reap the benefits of being a mother, because you know the mother title come with some benefits. So who really is mad? Straight Barnett warrior, yo. And then there's always a chick with the Barnett on that got the biggest brain, that got the that got the worst stuff to say, right? Peep game.
They're figuring out what we've known for a long time, that they're literally not necessary anymore. They're not nothing. You're nothing. We actually don't need you to have families, careers, money, a life.
She said they don't need us to have families. Last time I checked, y'all by yourself with these babies. Look at what we see now. Look at what we see now. And man, I hope you don't have a son. I hope you don't have a son looking like Lilith. Normally you get this energy from chicks that nobody will put nut in them anyway. You know what I mean? You get this energy from chicks that ain't nobody finna put nut in them anyway. You know what I mean? But man, I hope you're not raising a son, because if you're teaching your son that only men do fucked up stuff, or the woman is straight innocent, then you raising a dummy, man. You are raising the weak men that you sitting up here trying to bash now. You are raising one of those, because that's how those men that you finna talk about, that's how they came about, being raised by mothers in a delusion like yourself. Single moms. Single moms. But let her proceed. It's the psychology behind this, guys.
We don't need you guys for that. And we're selfish for it. I truly get a giggle out of men like this, because we tried to tell you. We tried, and you didn't want to listen. And when women are out here making the choices to do what's best for them, sans you.
What did you try to tell us, man? What did you try to tell us again? You're not going to throw that blanket statement out. What exactly did you women try to tell us? Because you need our nut. You need our nut. You know what I mean? And you can't even go to the banks right now. The banks is drying up with black man nut. So what did you tell us again, man? And why y'all keep sleeping with the same dude, and why y'all keep having babies with the same dude? Because that means a lot of men is listening. So if you did tell us something, that means a lot of men heard you, and we stopped. So where did you get your information from, man? Where did you shop and get your incorrect information, and now you got lying lips, and you sitting here lying to an audience of people because you just regurgitating something that you heard that has no facts. We gonna get to them facts though. So let's go on. Let's go on.
We're selfish for it. If that's what you get from it, then that's fine. A few years back, I worked at a law firm. I've talked about this a couple times. And there was this one attorney, and she specialized in maternity law, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But basically, her practice was that she found able-bodied women to donate their eggs to women with fertility issues. And the majority of the women that were seeking these egg donors or surrogates, most of them were single professional women. Most of them. Women were always going to have children, jobs, careers, homes, lives with or without y'all. And we can. And I'm beginning to realize that men have just now begun to realize that they are not a part of that equation in most of our life plans. And they are very, very angry about it.
Sis, we knew that. You one of them one Barbie doll having chicks. You one of them chicks that had one Barbie doll, no kin, and that's it. So you did everything with that one Barbie doll. That one Barbie doll died alone. You didn't even have a dog. Your mom didn't even buy you the dog to go with that Barbie doll. So we knew. I knew. I used to look over there at my cousins, my female cousins, and they little pitiful ass doll, no clothes on. Y'all never put clothes on that Barbie doll either. And I just be looking over there, and I got my little wrestling men, and we chilling and stuff. And I used to be looking at like, that's a sorry little lady over there. She always by herself. So us real men, we knew y'all future was fitting to be sorry. We knew it. We saw it.
And that's fine. Sir, if no one told you this, let me be the first one to let you know your feelings, your thoughts, your opinions on what will make women happy is no one's concern. No one's. Not.
But y'all not happy though. Y'all not happy, and that's why y'all mad, because y'all thought y'all was gonna trick people and put this facade on, this mask of fake happiness, and we see that y'all not happy. Y'all will never be happy because y'all too selfish. And long-term sustainable happiness come from what you do for others, and y'all don't get that. Y'all too selfish. Y'all want to have a baby at 45 years old. You know what I mean? That's selfish, man. By the time that baby is 19 and really ready to function in the world, you 60, about to die. You don't take care of yourself. Don't take care of your health. You eat all types of nasty shit. So come on, man. How helpful of a mother are you gonna be? How much did you do it for the other kid, for the child, when you having babies at 50 and 40 something years old, huh? Let's talk about it, man. Because that's quite sad. Let's do the math. I mean, your baby 19, you had a baby at 40, your baby 19. You how old? That's selfish, man. That's selfish. You see how many kids lose their moms young, and then they can't even go on in life. It's fucking 40-year-olds still mourning their mother. They lost their mother 20 years ago and lost without their moms. And she the one who brought them. That's your first oppressor, the person that bring you into this world, knowing how this world is on folks.
A woman on this planet asked you about how you would feel if a woman just decided to up and plan her family herself.
So now y'all God. So now y'all God. Y'all God. This is why y'all don't get blessings for the stuff that y'all attempt. Y'all trying to build a tower. Y'all trying to build a tower to get y'all into the heavens. And watch what God do. Just watch, because we got a real God. Our God is real. God is good. Y'all say it all of the time when y'all get a blessing from the devil. But our God is real. So watch what happened to y'all. Yeah, it's gonna suck. Eboni K been cute all her life, just like Vivica. Vivica was Eboni K cute. Look at her now. Only thing is, Vivica ain't got no baby. She ain't got the baby attached to her hip, so she gonna get picked up before before a 60-year-old Eboni K get picked up. Guarantee you that. Granny V, Granny V.
I want to know what makes you think you're this important. What makes you think that you are this important? Women have...
Because we after God in the order, man. We after God. So that's what make us important. God say we important, man. It ain't our feelings. We just give you the facts. You can argue with the facts, man. God said, because it's God, man, woman, then child, man. So that's who. I understand you don't like it, but it ain't about what you like. Your feelings are not the facts, man.
Children alone all the time. They raise them alone all the time. Weren't you raised by a single mom? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you weren't raised by a single mother, you have a plethora of people in your life that were. What's the problem?
And that's what we be trying to tell y'all when y'all be acting like y'all don't know who raised these boys, who raised these weak men. That's all we be trying to tell y'all. So you admit it. So you will admit it when it fit your narrative, right? You will admit it when it fit your narrative, but you won't admit it when you're trying to argue counter, when you counter arguing. Dummies.
Why are you guys so worried about what we're doing instead of looking at the root of the problem, which is not us? You can be mad about this. You can call us selfish. Nobody cares.
Man, we not feeling what y'all doing because at the end of the day, we are the men. We have to lead y'all dummies. We have to. You know what I mean? We have to, man. And not all of us want to go dabble and dibble with the other races of women. Now, not all of us want to go stick our hand in that haystack of another race. So what's the problem, man? This one looked crazy. She looked crazy and she looked like she didn't grow up yet, yo. You could see she had to play the adult role So she ain't got her childhood. She's trying to relive her childhood right now. Like a lot of them. A lot of them get their childhood snatched having to be a parent for their parent. Ain't that crazy? That's why she knows single mother rhythm so well.
Nobody. And here's the real gag about this. If you actually cared enough to want to do something about it, you would, instead of talking to us, talking to women who are literally living their lives, minding their business, making the families.
If those women were living their lives, minding their business, then they wouldn't hear what we're talking about. They would not hear what we're talking about, because women that are living their lives, minding their business, is not on the internet, ma'am. They're not TikTokers, ma'am. So knock it off. Knock it off. That's what you want us to think you are doing, but you are not, ma'am. You are not. Like a lot of y'all trying to fake it till you make it, but looking crazy out here.
That they have said repeatedly that they want. So Eboni got tired of trying to wait for a man to give her the thing that she wanted when she realized, oh, wait a minute, I'm successful in my own right. I got a fat bank account. I have a tribe. I can have a baby by myself. And she's doing it. What is the problem?
The problem is when she walked in the room.
Welcome in. Y'all have fun with that. And what's your name?
In the dating market, none of that matters. In the dating market, high quality men are looking for women who look good, smell great, and think right, think logically. Now, Eboni K might check off 2 out of the 3, but to think logically, a clear mental health slate, she ain't got that. And that's very important to a dude that is building something. That is very important to a dude that's already on her sustainable level. Very important. So she not going to trick us. She not.
I really want to know, what's the problem? Scratch that. I don't care. I don't care what the problem is, because it really isn't one. It's not my problem. It's not your problem. It's nobody's problem. She wants a baby. She got it. Okay, coming up next on the agenda. I got to tell you, this makes me so happy. Men are finally understanding. It's finally starting to sink in. We do not need you. And you really should be saying thank you.
Yo, ma'am, you got it. Ma'am, look at me, ma'am. Look at me, ma'am. That's all I promote. All I promote. I tell men of all colors, of all ages, just leave y'all alone. Look at the eyes, guys. You could tell. Look at the eyeballs. Leave these women alone, bro. Leave them alone, bro. Look at them, yo. This is the dusty mindset of the black woman in today's society, bro. This is the dustiest mindset that you could put on. Look at her. Because she has no value in the dating market. She holds no real value in the dating market. So all she can do is live vicariously through one of them stupid celebrities. And that's why I did this video down here at the celebrity gossip channel, so to say. I didn't bring it upstairs, to the brutally honest. Because nowadays, these little fake influencers, they're just as destructive of the mind of the sheep as these celebrities. Before social media, the celebrities used to control the mind of the sheep. Now that social media here, and we got Instagram and the blue checks and all of these blue checks running around here, those influencers have took the roles of the false prophets working for the unholy trinity. Those are false prophets as well. And they control the minds, the masses. Remember, you don't gotta fool everybody. All you gotta do is fool the majority, and everybody gotta go, right? We live in a democracy. If I want your bike, all I gotta do is say, I want that bike, and then we all vote. And if they vote that I could take your bike, bro, your bike is coming with me, right? Fucked up, right?
You're not needed. The pressure's off. Go do or be the thing that you're supposed to do in this life. Do the thing that you want to do. Stop worrying about us. I literally don't understand why you guys care so much, but then don't show us that you actually care. You're just talking. You're not actually doing the work to prove that you care, to fix the issues.
Because you have to do the work. See, we're gonna tell you what's the problem, and then you got to go do the work. This is not gonna be fixed by itself. You don't get to stick your hands in your pocket and lay up with your feet all up while the work get done. Man, the work need to be done on you. You need to put the work in on you, on yourself, man. It is you. It's you. It's you. So that's why we get on here and we tell you, we shout it. This is what you need to work on, man. This is what you need to work on, man. We're not saying this is what you need to work on so that we can mess with you, because we passed that. This is what you need to work on so you don't self-destruct. You see, we're not as selfish as you, man. So just because we don't want nothing from you don't mean we're not going to give you the information you need to do better for yourself. You see, that's selfless. Because remember, this is why we happy. This is why we happy. Us men, valuable men, is happy in real life. Because we don't mind doing stuff for others. Because we understand our long-term happiness comes from what we do for others. So us getting here and telling you what you need to do so that you don't have to wear a bonnet and get on the internet looking crazy is for you. It's not for us, man. They will never understand that concept. That concept right there.
That you keep bitching about, that we keep solving on our own.
Oh, you're solving it on your own, right? So the kids ain't prostituting no more. The little black boys ain't selling drugs anymore, right? And y'all the most educated, but your kids is not reading well, and your kids ain't doing math well. The math ain't mathing, but y'all solving these problems by yourself, right? So the problem is the men, and that's why y'all single moms, right? The problem wasn't that y'all wanted the $12 rent, right? And still want provision from the man. That's not the problem. Y'all all twisted, yo. Y'all better get y'all sisters. Girl, bye. How y'all say? Girl, bye.
Like it or not, women are going to find a way to do the things that are going to benefit them without you. Whether that's have children, get an abortion, get an education, get a home. Women will always figure out how to do the things. You are losing your power. Males are finally getting it, that their power is dwindling, and very soon it will be gone. And women will finally be free. Ladies, do whatever the fuck you want. Do whatever the hell you want. These men, if nothing else, just to piss men off. Do whatever the hell you want. Do whatever. It'll love.
So you see the logic, right? You see the logic, right? See the logic, right? And these are adults. These are adults. These are critically thinking adults. So you're going to self-sabotage. You're going to sabotage yourself to piss man off. So you're going to be destroyed. And man, wow. That is mental health issues. And young ladies, my sisters with sense, we got a t-shirt out too. We got a t-shirt in the shop for y'all. It's called Sisters with Sense. Go check it out. But young ladies, these are the women you want to stay far away from. These are the women that I go and I bring my daughters and I tell them, look at this. I say, look at this. And I teach them off of the mindset of women like this, because this is the women that's keeping y'all silly. These women is not teaching y'all anything but how to lose so that it can match their loss. You get that? They want y'all to lose so that it won't make them look like trash, because they made poor choices and poor decisions in their life, throughout their life, running with this narrative that the society pushes, that men is the only one do fucked up shit. When we know, you know what your mama did. Everybody know their mama got a whole secret. So it ain't just man doing messed up stuff. But when you program society to think that it's just man, you're going to get a whole bunch of this. You're going to get a whole bunch of this. Now let's get into some stats, yo. I'm about tired of her. I'm about tired of hearing her mouth. let's get into some real facts, some factual stuff now, right?
When y'all be sitting up saying, oh, well, even if you get married, you could still end up a single mother. Ho, are you slow? Is something wrong with you? The whole point is wanting to be married first. Y'all be acting like people get married, the divorce be 2 months later. It don't be. I don't care what y'all try to normalize. I want a ring before I lay down on a table and have a baby for a man. And all the, oh, well, marriage is too big of a commitment. But you'd rather lay down on a table and push out a whole human being that you could possibly be doing. And that's not too much.
I don't care what any baby mama say. Having to raise your kids by yourself is not a flex. And this is coming from a single mother. Listen to your sister. Don't let any baby mama deceive you into believing that being a single mother is more convenient than being a wife. Being a baby mama is not a flex, and I said what I said. Well, I'd rather be a baby mama than be a miserable wife. Girl, majority of the women that be saying that, she ain't never been a wife a day in her life.
Now I want y'all to look at these stats, ladies. The sisters with sense, especially my ladies that don't have a baby yet. Look at these stats right here. Look at these stats. These are the facts right here. So Eboni K Williams, she could go out there and do all this magic shit. And mind you, money ain't got shit to do with this. And we know that. Because if child support and money was all that it took to raise a well-balanced child, then all the celebrity kids would be great off, well off, right? And we know that is a cap. Stop the mother-loving cap, right? Them kids be the worst. Them kids got the worst problems. So let's get into these stats, y'all. But first, let's have Love explain to Eboni K why it is she is exactly the way she is. And she did it to herself. And a lot of these women have done it to themselves. The little fat neck chick that was just talking, she did it to herself too.
Pride based on it validating that you are independent. But the whole point as a young adolescent growing into an adult is to establish your independence, to get an understanding for yourself with the intent to then know how to go out and build with others. That's all you learn self for. You learn self so that as you go out and navigate in this crazy world, you find your tribe and you are able to set up a system that works for you, not where you overwork yourself. But that validation be a motherfucker. Depending on what type of traumas you got from childhood, depending on how many of these people that's stuck in this type of shit around you, that shit be a motherfucker. Depending on how many exes, baby mamas, baby daddies, fucking ex-wives or ex-husbands, ex-friends, old jobs that you trying to subliminally prove points to, right? Because you ain't gonna never come out and say, this is what I'm doing this for. But a lot of y'all done made life decisions based on trying to validate yourself to you, right? And to another person because it's based on the scars they left. Like you see the wounds and you try to tell yourself and show yourself I'm better than the way that they did me or how they wounded me, but you're not doing it through healing. You doing it through trying to validate by doing more of the regular repetitive shit that makes it feel like you getting shit done, but you ain't. Some of y'all have busied y'all life by Xing out everybody else out of the system to raise those children. So guess what you did, right? You made it where your struggle became a repetitive everyday thing. And those kids suck up all of your time. And you did that to yourself. People ain't really abandoning you and them kids. You set it up that way because it made you feel better ego-wise. It validated you that I could get something right. After being grown for a while, you realize like there is no real honor, no real understanding of self in the idea of conquering basic ass shit on a repetitive level.
Exactly, yeah, be. You heard her, yo. She's spot on, bro. That's what Shorty just said. She said, do it to get the man mad, man. That outside validation ain't gonna affect nobody but you, man. Yo, crazy. Love says send love back upstairs. Zone says send love back upstairs. She get us canceled down here, right? She mess around and get us canceled down here.
The scary facts and statistics of what happens to children that come from single mother households. Now, I know this is going to be a hot topic, and the last video I did about single moms, and anybody for that matter who does a video pointing out the statistics about single moms, tends to get a lot of hate. And I definitely got a lot of hate on that coaching video, but you know what? We need to tell the truth here, okay? We need to be honest with what happens when you become a single mother. What happens to your child, especially if that child's a boy? So today I am going to be pointing out the actual statistics from the US Census Bureau, right? That government that you guys love. In my last video, even though I put the actual statistics in the comment section and I pinned it at the top, it's like single mothers, they tend to only want to see what they want to see, what makes them feel good, rather than what is reality. You know, and what's even more sad is all of the beta male cuck orbiters that they have that are defending them, that are completely just in denial, living in denial of the actual facts and statistics. So today we are going to point that out, okay? Because I'm tired of seeing society promote single motherhood as if it's a good thing. I'm tired of seeing Hollywood, all these movies promoting single motherhoods, putting like these single moms in these strong like roles, like they're saving the world, when it's not helping society, it's helping to destroy society. And that's the last thing that I want to do. That's the last thing I want to be responsible for, is helping to aid in destroying civilization. So let's just crack.
Don't forget about these old women too, these older women that have the $12 rent and the $112 school tuition. They out here pumping bad crack to these youths. They out here promoting it, inadvertently promoting this single mother lifestyle. They out here.
See, I was minding my own business. I was going to eat some yogurt and have a good day, but now I got to put this yogurt down, break out a parade rest, and pop to attention so I can address some foolishness. Why is this man, several different men, once again, in my comments talking about you older women are bitter and you're alone and you're lonely? Okay, y'all, hang on a second. I got this. First of all, we left you guys, you weak men, to have some peace before your sad selves tried to break us into pieces. For those of us, unfortunately, who were broken into pieces, God put us back together. And so we stronger and we smarter and we're more valuable than we were before. But let me tell you something. If you see us on the beaches in Santorini and Mykonos, I promise you, we ain't thinking about none of y'all. We ain't missing you at all. We're thinking about what a great time we're having with that peace of mind, with our own money, and no foolishness. See, our lives are not about the drama anymore that you all bring because you're too weak in your masculinity to man up and do what you need to do in order to have a good woman like us. You see this gray? LAW. Life and wisdom. Are you looking at me? Baby, I don't want you. Because I understand my worth. I got high self-esteem, high confidence, and I grind every day.
You heard it all right. She said, we not with the foolishness no more. Yeah, I bet. Because you was fooled for so long. Now you want to come up out that delusion, but you're old, man. You're old, man. And this is why gray divorce is on the rise, because of women just like that. Women just like that. They want an award for going to school. They want to be celebrated for doing regular, normal shit. You go to school, you're supposed to graduate. You feel me? Like, you don't get no fucking celebration for that. But again, these women want to be celebrated for taking a bite out of that apple because feminism told them, go get everything that the man go get and go be unequally yoked with a man. Because if he got all of those things and you got all of those things, y'all don't need to be together. But they don't see it like that. They don't see it like that. And if I see you on the beach, man, I'm going the other direction with your nasty ass. I tell you, these old hoes too, man. They some old hoes, bro.
crack right into this. All right, I'm going to use my phone for this because I've got the statistics pulled up here. And I actually did list it in my previous coaching video about single moms called Stop Dating Single Mothers. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the same exact statistics that are in my comment section that you can see for yourself. And I will go ahead and post it in this comment section as well for all of you single moms and beta cuck orbiters who want to defend them, thinking that being a single mom is actually a good thing when it is not. It's actually a very selfish thing, okay? Because when you have a kid out of wedlock, before we get started on the stats, let me explain. When you have a kid out of wedlock, you are doing it for selfish reasons. I know I got a lot of single moms hating in that comment section saying that, oh, well, he was a deadbeat dad and he left us. I didn't leave him. I tried to make it work. He left.
She a lie. She shopped in Walmart, and all the men in Walmart do not read baby daddy. They don't read father. So she knew. She went in Walmart because it's a certain look she attracted to, and those dudes in Walmart all got that look, but they not fathers. So she shopped in Walmart, pulled him up out of Walmart, and thought he was a Saks Fifth Avenue brother. Dummy, single mom.
Us. Let me explain something to you, okay? As a dating coach, as somebody who studied male and female sexual dynamics for the last two and a half decades, remember this: women are the gatekeepers to sex, okay? Women are the choosers, okay? They get to choose who they want to have sex with. Men do not have that power. We are not the gatekeepers to sex. Women are. Period. Okay, period. This is often why when a girl dumps you, she can pick up the pieces like that. Your girl doesn't even have to be good looking. She could be a 4 in looks, even a 5 in looks, and you could be a 10, right? Yet the very second you break up, she can walk down to the nearest bar, walk in there, and if she wants to have sex with anybody in that bar, she could probably do it. Okay, will all the guys have sex with her? She's a 4 or 5? Probably not, but she could get one of those guys to have sex with her. Whereas you don't have that power. Even if you're a 10 in looks, you cannot walk down to the nearest bar and have sex with any woman in that bar. Okay, you just can't. You don't have that power as a man. And this is why I say women are the gatekeepers to sex. It's not men. Okay, women choose who they want to have sex with. Men choose who they want to marry. Big difference. So I don't want to hear you ladies being like, oh, I got with this guy and he was just totally abusive. He was abusive. What do you expect me to do? Stay with him? And it's like, no, I don't expect you to stay with him. But why did you choose him in the first place? Take some responsibility. Who chose that guy? You did, right? You chose that guy. You were the gatekeeper to sex. You are the one who spread your legs for this guy. You're the one who passed up all the nice guys that you could have had who wouldn't have abused you. Instead, you pick this bad boy abuser, right? Because he got you all hot and horny, and you opened your legs for him.
Let me show you how we do stuff around here. Actually, my department uses Monday.com, so I'm good. Work
Impregnated you, and then of course he took off, or he abused you, and you had to get rid of him. Whose fault is that? That's yours, because you could have chose not to have sex with him. You could have just closed your legs, been like, no, I'm not gonna have sex with you, dude. I don't even want to date you. Right? So blame yourself. Okay. And I got a few ladies in the comment section telling me that not many, it was like 1 or 2 that told me that they lost their husband, that their husband passed away, or they lost their husband to, some disease or something like that. Completely different story. Okay. I am not talking about you in these coaching videos. If you're that type of single mom where your husband passed away out of your control, different story. These coaching videos are not about you, right? That is not your fault. If your husband passed away, if he got sick, if he got ill, if he got killed by an accident, if he got in a car accident, for example, that is not your fault. Okay. So I'm not talking about you. Duh. It was amazing to me. Like, how can you not see this is not about you, right? I'm talking about women who voluntarily.
They can't help themselves. They can't help but make everything about them. That go back to that selfish quality in them, bro. don't be nothing be personal. Nothing is ever personal because they all have individual names. They all have individual names, but hit dogs holler. And if the shoe fit, you buy every single color, and we got matching belts and hats for you, dummy.
Chose a bad boy, right? Spread her legs for him, let him impregnate her, became a single mom because the guy ran off on her or, you know, jumped in bed with some other woman or left her behind, her and her kid behind. You chose that guy, okay? You chose that guy out of your own voluntary free will. You could have said no because, again, what I say, women are the gatekeepers of sex, right? Get that through your head. Who are the gatekeepers of sex? It's women. Okay, you can decide who and who you don't want to have sex with for the most part. Okay, men do not have that power. We cannot walk around and, you know, take off our shirts and, you know, some like women will be honking in their cars and wanting to have sex with us. Hey, does that happen from time to time? Of course, but you know, that's generally not what happens for most guys. Of course, there are always exceptions to the rule. All right, so now I have to put in that disclaimer too. Unbelievable. There's always exceptions to the rule. So if you're one of those single moms where you've raised great kids and they've turned out perfectly normal, good for you. Great. I'm happy for you. This video doesn't apply to you either. Okay. But just because you're one of the rare exceptions out there, it does not disqualify the overwhelming majority of single moms out there producing kids. And the statistics that I'm going to present to you today will prove that. Okay, because a lot of you are like, stop pulling these theories out of your ass. Stop spreading your opinions. It's like, no, these are not my opinions. These are all based on facts and research. Okay, I'd say all of the coaching videos I upload to YouTube are based on factual statistics. Yet you guys want to attack the messenger. It's like, no, it's just you. You know, you and your rings. I'm not wearing my rings today because I'm at my house. You and your ring and your Range Rover. Who do you think you are? So let's go ahead and jump into the statistics right now. All right. So single mother facts and statistics. Okay, this one's from the U.S. Department of Health and Census. 63% of youth suicides are from fatherless homes. Okay, 63%. Okay, even they're trying to be politically correct. Fatherless homes, single mother households. Okay, this is 5 times the national average, FYI. Okay, it says right here, point blank, 5 times the national average. Next statistic, 90% of all homeless and runaway children are from fatherless homes, AKA single mother households. 32 times the national average, ladies. 32 times the national average. 85% of all children who show behavior disorders come from fatherless homes, aka single mother households. 20 times the national average. 80% of rapists, anger problems come from fatherless homes. 14 times the national average. 71% of all high school dropouts come from fatherless homes, aka single mother households. 9 times the national average. Children who are actually raised with fathers and not in single mother households are 40% less likely to repeat a grade in school, which means that if you come from a 2-parent household, you will likely not get held back.
And we know that to be a fact because you got to show that report card to 2 people, boy. You know what I mean? It's easy to get it over on one person, catch them when they drunk off that wine and shit. But to get it over on 2 parents, So you might as well just do good. Do what you gotta do.
And I know that for a fact because I remember when I was in, I think it was like 1st grade, they tried to hold me back and my dad stepped in. Okay, not my mom, but my dad stepped in and he told the teacher, I'm gonna work with him. Okay, I'm gonna work with him and he's gonna be fine before the semester ends. My kid is not going to be held back. That's ridiculous, right? So my dad worked with me. He taught me how to read. He taught me how to do basic math. He taught me how to write, taught me all this stuff. He really I remember him staying up late with me on these nights, and then he would yell at me and get frustrated if I didn't get it right. So I remember I was and I've mentioned this before, my dad was when I was growing up, he was in his late 20s, early 30s. And he was super intimidating. He was a big guy. So he'd be do it right. He wasn't afraid to yell. And I remember that fear in me going, okay, I got to get this right. I got to get this right. And because of him, I did not get held back. I was moved on to the second grade and third grade. It never happened again, right? I was actually felt like I was more ahead of kids, mentally from that point on, just because I remember my dad sitting with me towards the end of first grade and really, really making sure that I knew how to read properly, write properly, do math and all that other stuff that I needed to not flunk out, right? So he played a big role there. Whereas if I was in a single mother household, it would have been a different story. I think it would have been a different story. My mother was a teacher, by the way. So my mom was highly educated, but
wow. Message, because life problems and board of ed problems is two different things.
I think it was my father's fear, right, that he instilled in me, being fearful of my father and not wanting to disappoint him, and also not wanting to get spanked, that made me really focus and concentrate, and I didn't get held back. All right, next statistic. Children who come from two-parent households where there's a father involved are 70% less likely to drop out of school. 70%. Okay, these numbers are insane, right? They're insanely lopsided towards exposing that, hey, if you don't have both parents, you are screwed in life. The chances of you being screwed in life are dramatically higher when you're raised in a single mother household. All right. Children with fathers who are involved are also more likely to enjoy school more and engage in extracurricular activities. And I can say that for myself. Thanks to my dad, taught me how to play sports, taught me to be athletic. I played 3 sports in high school. I played football, I did track, and then I did baseball my freshman year. And then I focused on track, and mostly track and football from that point on, because I was trying.
And salute to my cousin, Kiosha's father, Coach Kev, because he played the father figure role for me when I was a child. That was my uncle right there. And we always got a chance to go out with him. You know what I mean? And that's where I got all my athletic stuff. He taught me how to play football, all the sports. Me and my little brother, he taught us how to do all that. So that's where we got our masculinity. So kudos to Mama Love for not being a dummy. You know what I mean? She was hell of her in other aspects. But in that, letting us get to some masculinity, she wasn't hell of her. She wasn't playing when it came to that.
To do something with it. All right, let's move on. 75% of all adolescent patients in chemical abuse centers come from fatherless homes, AKA single mother household. 10 times the national average. Teens in single mother households are at 30% higher risk than those in two-parent households to smoke, drink, and use drugs as compared to teens in two-parent households. All right, so if you are raising a kid in a single mother household, male or female, they are at 30% higher risk to smoke, drink, and use drugs.
And we're not saying that the two-parent households don't have a bunch of terrorists in there, because they're going to have, because if the majority of our society is hell of a, when you send your little church angel outside, he going to have to adjust or get beat on, picked on. And what you think he going to do? So it don't matter at some point, even if you have two parents, if you're not strongly influenced by your daddy, and you don't know how to set boundaries, and you run out there looking for acceptance, you're going to be just as dumb as these single mother raised kids. And that's what we have right now in our society, bro. You don't know which one is who. You don't know who is who, because this one want to act like that one because they think that one is winning, and this one want to shit crazy out here, bro. Be yourself. Be yourself.
Compared to teens who grow up with fathers. All right, 70% of youths in state-operated institutions come from fatherless homes, 9 times the average. 85% of all youths in prison, 85% of all youths in prison come from fatherless homes, aka single mother households, 20 times the national average. I mean, these statistics are just pathetically hilarious just because of all the single moms who are out there thinking they can have it all and do it all just because they saw it in Sex and the City and they saw it in their latest Hollywood movie. They saw it on The View or Chelsea Handler. Is she even still on TV? I don't even know. But all of these morons out there promoting single motherhood, it just disgusts me. It absolutely disgusts me. And it just baffles me that so many women out there are so in fear of their safety and fear of getting like violently assaulted and like raped and violently attacked. And it's like, who do you think is doing all this stuff? These are kids that were raised by single mothers, okay?
Exactly. Everybody cheering her on right now. Give it 17 years when that same kid they cheering Eboni K on become an adult and he all unbalanced and he either a pedo or he a gangster, because you know single mother raised kids don't have that balance. They don't have that balance. They either one or the other, both ends of the spectrum. You know, he turned out to be one of those. Then we'll see how many of y'all applaud him and applaud the mother. Now y'all gonna clutch y'all purse then. Now, you better get your kid. You better raise your kid right. That's when y'all go into that mode and start talking stupid.
85%, ladies, 85%. Who are you kidding out there? I don't want to hear you guys complaining that you're worried about violent rapists and violent murderers, yet you're here promoting single motherhood. That's where those kids come from. And then they become adults and they do shit like that. Do you get it? What do you not understand? So when I see Hollywood promoting single motherhood and the mainstream media promoting like, oh yeah, single moms are okay, you don't need the father and all this, yet they turn around and they're like, me too, me too. Men are violent, they're toxic. It's like, are you insane? Do you see like the cycle of violence and pain that just, oh my God. All right, let's move on. It's getting ridiculous here. It's getting ridiculous. Yeah, I just hope like all of you female haters, all of you single moms that hated on my last video that are here watching this, that are listening to the actual statistics. I mean, it will be laughable to me if you actually have like any hater comments after I'm posting these statistics, any hater comments at all about being a single mom, thinking it's a good idea.
You know you're gonna get some haters, man. You know it's gonna. I already know the comments under this one gonna be crazy. Wait to the end of the show. They normally wait to the end of the show, and that's when they start flying and jumping and hopping all over the place.
You know, because when a woman has a kid out of wedlock like that, it's just insanely selfish. It's like super, super selfish. Again, I'm not saying all. I'm saying most. According to these statistics, they will back me up that most single mothers produce children like this. All right? They're bad for society. Maybe you're the unicorn single mom that you're able to play both roles. I mean, for me, I've never seen that done, but maybe you're that unicorn. I'm not going to doubt you and you raise good kids. I'm not going to doubt you, you know? A lot of the subscribers to my channel that are following me now, that are praising my work, that are like thanking God that they found my channel, my content. Okay, guys that have admitted to me that they stopped themselves from committing suicide after they found my content. These guys were all raised by single moms. I am cleaning up your mess, ladies. I am the father that these kids never had. Right? And I'm saying that. They're finding my content and I am helping them to become the man that their dad never taught them to be. That father that you chose, right?
Welcome in. I'll have you with that. And what's your name?
And I'm basically instilling the same lessons that my dad taught me because I had both parents in my life and they weren't perfect. They fought a lot when they were younger. They don't do that now. They're much older, but they fought a lot when we were younger. But you know what? I'm glad I had both of them, because had I not, I was already getting in some trouble when I was younger. I got in a lot of trouble. And I can only imagine if my dad wasn't there to constantly discipline me, like what route I would have taken in life rather than, the route that I did where, I had a very successful corporate career, which my dad was blown away by. He was so proud of me when I was getting those corporate jobs. He was like, wow, that's my son. That's crazy. It's like, what a turnaround. Adolescents, particularly boys in single parent families, were at higher risk of status, property, and personal delinquencies. Moreover, students attending schools with a high proportion of children of single parents are also at risk, which means don't surround yourselves with other kids from single moms. And from what I remember when I was growing up, most of my friends came from two-parent households.
Well, see, I have a lot. I had a mixed-in couple of friends had both parents, but a lot of kids I grew up with didn't have their dad.
A study of 14,000 women in prison showed that more than half grew up.
Come back and save up to $11,000 on your bachelor's. At Purdue Global, apply work or military
without their father. So this includes your daughters too, okay? This is saying that a study of 14,000 women in prison showed that more than half grew up without their father. 42% grew up in a single mother household and 16% lived with neither parent. Okay, probably like a grandparent or something like that. All right, listen to this. Compared to living with both parents, living in a single parent home doubles the risk that a child will suffer physical, emotional, and educational neglect. Yeah, be a single mom. It's such a great idea. You can have it all. Career, fun, partying. Who cares about your kids? They'll be fine. They'll be fine. I know, because they said it's okay on The View.
Because I'm out. Gone. And you ain't never gonna forget the day you let the best thing that's ever gonna happen to you walk the fuck out the door.
The overall rate of child abuse and neglect in single-parent households is 27.3 children per 1,000, whereas the rate of overall maltreatment in two-parent households is 15.5% per 1,000, dramatically lower. Daughters of single parents without a father who is involved are 53% more likely to get married as teenagers, okay? So all of you single moms who are raising little girls, she has a 53% more likely chance to get married while she's still a teenager. 700.
That's that meet the meat right there. Those be them girls run out there looking for that meet the meat. A little bit of attention equal love to them because they neglected by their mama. Their mama was supposed to be there loving on them, but she had that baby for attention. She ain't have that baby to be a mother, and there you go.
111% more likely to have children as teenagers, to become a teenage mom. 711%. Are you crazy? 711%. I don't know if you can see that. 700%. If you're a single mom and you have a little girl, she is 711% more likely to have children as a teenager, to be a teenage mom.
It's that survival mode. That's that survival mode. When your mother bring you into this world and did not have a plan, you will then bring another kid in this world without a plan, thinking that that's the way to go. And it's promoted. That's why I tell you, it's the older women are not teaching these women anything.
These older women are really out here in competition with the younger generation. I'm sorry, but it has to be said. These older women who are in their 40s, 50s, even 60s want to be seen so bad and want attention that they're in competition with these younger girls. These women wasted their years, wasted their youth, and are doing any and everything to be seen, and they're not teaching the young girls. So instead of teaching the young girls to do better, you're trying to compete with her. You're in denial that you're getting older. You're doing things with your body, thriving for attention, over-sexualizing yourself at that age, all because you don't want to accept the fact that you mess up your life. They don't have husbands, which they really wanted. They're realizing that, oh wow, I'm at an age where nobody's checking for me. The men are not checking for me at 50, 60 years old, unfortunately. They're looking at the younger women who do desire marriage, who do desire to have children, who are not just out here. So instead of, again, I'm going to try to find a way to be seen and encourage the young girls to do what I'm doing because I don't want them to surpass me. That's what's actually happening. These older women are sitting around telling the young girls, no, girl, live your life, do you, because you're intimidated by her. You don't want her to do better than you. You don't want her to have a chance. You want the chance because you see the men are looking at the younger girls. The men are more attractive and more desirable of the younger women. And it's sad. This is the reality of where we are. The older generation is jealous and intimidated and in competition with the younger generation. And it's unfortunate.
Imagine if you had these kind of odds in Vegas. You could become a billionaire. You could surpass Donald Trump. You could surpass Jeff Bezos with these kind of odds. Yet, single moms want to take these odds and be like, it's not going to happen to me. I'm going to raise my kids to be different. Those statistics don't apply to me. All right, let's continue more about what happens to the daughters of single moms. I know we talk a lot about boys, but let's continue on to find out what happens to your little girls. 164%, your daughter is more likely to have a premarital birth, which means she's going to get pregnant while she's still unmarried. 164% more likely to get pregnant while unmarried, while still a teenager, and 92% more likely to get divorced themselves. 92%. Imagine if you had those odds in Vegas. You had a 92% chance of winning the jackpot on every slot machine. You would take all the money you have out of the bank and you would go right to Vegas and you would put all your money in every single slot machine and you would become a trillionaire, like literally overnight with these type of odds. It's insane. Yet single moms, they want to gamble. They want to have it all. It's not going to happen to me. It's not going to happen to my kids. Adolescent girls raised in a two-parent home, okay, that's with both mother and father, are significantly less likely to be sexually active than girls raised without fathers. That means...
And that's a fact, yo. That's a fact. When I see it, I got two girls on my own, and that's not on their mom. Now, I'm sure they think about it because at that age, you think about it. But they got so many other plans and goals ahead of that shit. They ain't as fast as y'all other ones. You know what I mean? Besides, we tell them the truth. We teach them.
Have a woman-to-woman mother moment with you. At the end of the day, women have the choice. I don't care if you were after him, he was after you. It doesn't matter. He can't come in unless you open the door. right?
Wide open. Means they're less likely to spread their legs and have sex and get pregnant and get married while they're still teenagers. So I'm just going to go further with this. You are basically, you single moms, you have these little girls, you are robbing them of their childhood. You're robbing them of the joy of being a teenager. Okay, not just the daughters, but the boys too, you selfish bastards. All right, let's keep going on this. This is hilarious. This is pathetic and sad, guys. Again, I'm going to post these statistics below in my comment section so you can see them for yourself. All you single moms who are just like want to completely live in denial and ignore the facts and statistics from the U.S. Census Bureau itself, and you want to attack me, the messenger, and look at your hair, look at those rings. Why are you always driving in your car? I'm in my house, by the way. Look.
Before I got into the union, I was struggling and living in the projects, and now I have a nice.
Got high ceilings, got a nice pad. Actually, let's roll outside. Let's go check it out because the weather's kind of nice. Just because you guys are like, I know a lot of haters like, you're living in a tiny apartment, mister. You're living in a tiny room. There's my house. It's $1 million house. Live in a $1 million neighborhood. Yeah. Look at my driveway. It's bigger than your entire living space. All right, so let's go back in because I know a lot of the haters are like, he's driving for Uber and living in his Range Rover. I've never ridden in a Uber in my life. Here's Gizmo. Hey, Giz. There's Gizmo. All right, there's my watchdog, right? When I attack the UPS person's not even here. What the fuck is a UPS guy waiting for?
Yo, guys, I'm gonna have the I'm gonna pin I'm gonna pin the ones that I showed today in my community tab, but I will also pin this video. This is 33 Secrets, guys. He's been around for a while, been around for a long time. You know what I mean? But this is 33 Secrets. I'm gonna pin this video in my comment section, right? Because underneath his video, he has all of the stats in his comment section. So go to my description, hit this link, and then when you get to this link, go to the comment section and you're gonna see all the stats. I got y'all. Give me an hour after the video close.
Amazon package. Anyway, yeah, have to do that little quick tour just to show you guys, because again, these haters, man, they'd be like, he's just living in this small room. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. All right, on with these statistics. 90% of homeless and runaway children are from fatherless homes. 90%. Unbelievable. 80% of rapists, okay? Now we're getting to the good stuff. 80% of rapists motivated with displaced anger come from fatherless homes, aka single mother households. How about that? 80%. 71% of pregnant teenagers lack a father. 71%, ladies. 63% of youth suicides are from fatherless homes. 85% of children who exhibit behavioral disorders, 85% of children who exhibit behavioral disorders come from fatherless homes, aka single mother households. Well, I don't know why they just don't say single mother households. Even these people, they're trying to be politically correct, but it's hard to do that when they have the actual statistics.
Sad behavior, yo. Sad stuff, guys. Sad stuff, gang. But we reached the end of the live, guys. We had a great conversation. You can't argue with the facts. You cannot argue with the facts. Those are the facts. Again, stop working for YouTube. I'm going to have it posted in the description box, and y'all can get it. You know what I mean? Y'all can have access to it. It's great stats that you need to know. You need to know these stats, you know what I mean? You need to know. Down to our reproductive system, it takes two. It takes two. So people think that it only people that live this individualism shit, and they think they're the only one that's needed. It's incredible, bro. A seed relies on resources to grow into a tree. No one resource grows that seed into a tree. So these single mothers running around here with the I could be the sun, rain, water, and soil mindset, they in for a shocking hell of a surprise, guys. I ain't gonna hold y'all much longer. I hope y'all enjoyed our studio session today. I'll see you guys upstairs in a few at the school. All right. Wrap up, strap up, drink responsibly. I'll see y'all later, guys.